What's going on, man? You've been through some shit lately. Tell me what's been going on, brother.
I fucked up and overreacted to the Leirx call I had. I was like frustrated. I should have like ignored it or sent him a message saying I was frustrated, but instead I just sent it to other people to like feel better about how I felt about it and try to project that onto them. And it was just like slimy. I shouldn't have done that, you know? Like,
okay.
So yeah,
what the fuck? So
I fucked up.
This is not the turn that I was expecting.
Shit,
so
dude.
you're basically coming on admitting that you're full of shit for the last like few weeks.
Hey guys, what I missed?
No,
You're not saying that. Okay. Well, that's kind of.
I apologized for that last
what
week on Twitter.
The fuck did I join into?
Okay. So
No,
what's up, Nick?
sorry.
So Bowblax just came into the call and said he fucking is apologizing for everything. Is that what you just said?
No, I said I'm.
Okay. What are you apologizing for?
No, it's an explanation.
Well,
it's not an apology. It's an explanation.
Let me speak. Basically, like, I overreacted to my frustrations with the Leirx call, and I shouldn't have, like, sent it to people, and I shouldn't have, to try and, like, validate my feelings on it, and I shouldn't have made the live stream, like, showing everything just to, like, get other people to see my point of view, because, like, it was an overreaction. I shouldn't have fucking reacted that way in the first place, you know? So, yeah, I apologized for that on Twitter last week. I guess not as in depth, because, you know, it's a tweet, but, yeah, I am genuinely...
So...
Dude, I feel so fucking...
So you're
at
the mercy of the community right now, and you're capitulating, basically.
Yeah, on that Leirx
On the
thing,
Leirx thing alone,
sure,
right?
I get it. Well, everything I said, yeah, just everything I said, yeah,
I mean, that's pretty fucking
what
bad,
it
though,
is.
right? The reason why...
Yeah.
So you're apologizing now, right? And this is not going to go over well with anybody listening to this, obviously, because you've been so adamant about the right for you to record that fucking call and show it to people in the fucking first place. So you now saying on stream that I fucked up or whatever, that just sounds like desperation. It sounds like the community is at your fucking throat and you're like, fuck, I can't win this, so I might as well just bow down.
Well, no. I came to this realization not exactly a week ago, but a little like less than a week ago on Twitter when I tweeted out my apology to Leirx. It basically says like, yeah, I shouldn't have reacted.
Well,
that
okay,
way.
I saw that tweet, right? And you know, I had a few fucking problems with that tweet, right? Because it seems like it was very like hastily worded. You made a tweet like basically like semi-apologizing, but you didn't apologize directly for like what you're being accused of. You're basically saying like, oh, I'm sorry, I shopped this call around or whatever, right? Let's be clear here with one thing. You recorded that call immediately, and you lied basically by saying like, oh, I was only going to start recording him when he started being snaky, but you recorded it from the beginning. Like in the call that you released, we could hear you ringing Leirx at the beginning of the fucking call, right?
Yes.
So why did you say that?
I recorded the call because he wanted to, after like I explained on my like Twitter about like his misconceptions about the Boo stuff, he wanted to have a follow-up call, and I felt a little weird about having a call of something 4 years old, so I recorded it so I could like look back on it.
Okay, but why would you think that that's
it,
weird for him to have a call with you from a drama like 4 years ago, right? I saw the DMs like in the call, like in your fucking like return stream, you showed Leirx's DMs with you on Discord, and he was saying like, you were basically saying like, it's kind of fucked up that you called me like manipulative, right? And then Leirx responded like, let's have a quick call about that, right? So Leirx is just calling about you being ass mad that he called you manipulative. So it's not about 4-year-old drama. I mean, it relates to that drama because that's what he reviewed on stream, to call you, and even really call you manipulative. He said you're capable of manipulative behavior, right?
He said I was like being a manipulative liar
in the Boo stream, which is correct, right?
Yeah.
You were.
I own up to my actions, but I don't. Someone would have to paint it out to me. Well, someone would have to explain to me why it's manipulative, but I'm not
well, I'll tell you why people think that, and it's because you said, and I listened to that Leirx call earlier today, you said that, oh, you know, like I atoned for my sins basically before the Boo debate happened, right? And I'm assuming you're referencing that Twitch stream you did where you're playing like Sonic, you know what I mean? And you're talking about the situation because people are coming in the chat. But I watched the Comment Cop video today where he clips that fucking stream, and you're saying, I only flagged a video because of a mistake. Fuck anyone bringing this up in the chat. I'm gonna fucking ban you if you bring this shit up or whatever, right? Like, it wasn't, you kept telling Leirx in the fucking call that you had already basically like, you know, taken the L. But in the stream that I assume you're referencing, which is that Twitch stream, that wasn't what happened at all. And I can play it if you want because I watched it today, but while preparing for this fucking stream, and that's absolutely not what happened at all.
No, I took the L in an after hours that occurred before the Boo Boss stream, but after the Sonic
So
stream.
you talk about the stream where I brought that up.
Was an explanation for something that I want to let Nick know about during that Boo Boss conversation.
So just to clarify, you're talking about the stream where I brought it up and you were like, oh, I told you not to bring this up in the chat. You're talking about that stream?
I believe wasn't there a stream after that where we kind of addressed it, like the whole like
Well,
Bowblax, everything like laid out kind of stream.
I haven't
Wasn't there, like,
seen
a
that
whole-
clipped, so I don't know if that exists. And I would assume you would have a clip of that, right? If you're saying like another stream happened after that stream, right? I would assume you'd have that clipped, right? If you're saying that happened.
No, I'm going based on memory.
Oh, so you're just assuming that happened?
Wait, what's the claim? I'm sorry.
Well, the claim
What
is
was the
that
claim again?
Bowblax like took the L for the situation. He took the L for flagging the videos 4 years ago, right?
Yeah.
On an
So the
after-hour
problem
stream
was-
that wasn't.
Josh is saying that we had that about a month after it happened. My problem in the clip specifically was that Josh put that like clarification on a Twitch VOD, by the way, a platform he hardly uses, especially at the time, hardly used it. It was the least amount of viewers humanly possible that would have seen this occur. It was buried at the 3.5-hour mark of an 8-hour VOD, and those delete after 28 days. I believe it's lost media because as of now, it's probably gone.
It's not lost media. I have the VOD on one of my YouTube channels.
The issue was that you struck a channel on YouTube specifically, and then you went out of your way to make it as difficult as possible for the average person to find it. So you were in control of the narrative. You'd show them when they call you out for it, instead of other people organically figuring out what happened.
Yeah, so like fucked up, and then like I reverted it in 15 minutes, right? So I didn't feel like, since I fixed it so fast, I feel like, yeah, if it comes up, I'm gonna take responsibility, but like I didn't feel like a need to inform someone on a mistake they didn't even know I made that I already fixed, right?
Yeah, but the issue wasn't specifically that you made a mistake, that you got high and you struck the video down. It was the fact that like simultaneously, whilst you struck that one fair use video, you pulled down 5 videos that archived your song while we were all in a public feud with people defending your right to post archival content on your third channel. So your public position was that it's all okay. No, but your fuck up was that you struck the fair use channel. There's a separate fuck up here that you struck the archival footage because you wanted to purge the, like, did those ever get, those are still down, right?
No, everything's reverted.
You reverted all
I
6
reverted
or so?
I reverted all of them.
Okay.
I can show you my tab too.
Do you think that you're in your
15
legal, do you think that you're in your right to remove all of those archival pieces of, I mean, it obviously doesn't matter now what we're arguing because we're not arguing it now in current day. At the time, it was just like, made us all look like fucking retards because we were helping you. And then we were arguing this for you, and then you made us all look retarded. But do you think it's out of line to talk to you about it a month after the fact in that case, if like that issue is still being discussed and we're still being painted that certain way?
I don't think it was out of line. The only thing I was mainly upset about is how I legitimately, leading up to the conversation, didn't know what you were referring to, and like you kept teasing.
You
it
specifically mentioned directly, is it the striking thing 10 minutes prior to our conversation? I'm sorry, 10 minutes prior to me leaving the call, and then us arguing in DMs.
Yeah, and then you can see. Oh, sorry. Continue. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Well, the expectation is that you're gonna find, like, if you watch that video, you'll find me coercing you, and I'm found like 20 minutes of me begging not to have this argument with you, saying directly, like, I predicted that people were gonna give me shit for it. People were gonna get mad at me for holding you to this. That when people look back on it, everyone's gonna turn around and just say like, oh, okay, Nick's fucking goading Bowblax into doing this when I'm begging you not to have the conversation, to the point where I literally left the call before we fought in DMs about it.
Yeah, after I remember at the time, and it probably didn't come across this way, but like in my mind, I remember once you mentioned it was the copyright strike thing, I tried to de-escalate, but obviously like I didn't. I was probably like snarky. It was like,
no, you were like, I wish my camera could work so you can see how not mad I am. That was
I was. That was my way of trying to de-escalate. I don't know. I mean, just fucking, I guess, dumb looking back.
Again, I don't care. I took shit from this 4 years ago. It's only relevant now because people are bringing it up. Do you guys want to talk about some stuff from that's actually like current day? I don't know how much you guys want to reminisce about caught strikes from 2000.
Well, I mean,
from 2020. Yeah.
It is nostalgic to think back on, you know? You have to admit that, right? Like, it's very...
Augie, you've been gone for a year. We haven't. We have other things to talk about.
Dude, my head's all in the past. I'm like, damn, bro, remember that Destiny debate we had? Like...
No,
I will say this. I don't think I've replayed Sunshine since 2020. I don't know if I want to play that.
Traumatized you from that fucking game? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the new shit, right? Let's talk about Leirx, because I know, Bowblax, you mentioned you want to talk about the Leirx call.
I kind of did, but then I thought about it more, and I was
like... hold on now. I thought... I thought Nick wanted to, like, bring something up specifically about the call.
Oh, if Nick...
I'm good to go. Whenever you want to take the reins off, I can just start, like, discussing it.
Fine. Well, look, I watched a little bit of the Leirx call today or whatever, right? And the thing that confused me the most about that call specifically, it was just, like, the timing of, like, when Bowblax decided that he was, like, allowed to, like, be malicious. And I'll explain that quickly, right? So, Bowblax, you have this drama, right? Where your DMs with Alex Gekma get leaked. You know, you're having this, like, King of Nothing sort of feud with Nick on Chud Logic, right? So all this, like, Bowblax-related drama is happening. Then Leirx decides to review the Boo Boss debate, okay? And he is like, damn, you're pretty fucking manipulative in this fucking debate. That rubs your ass the wrong way. You know, you make a big thread on it on your private Twitter. You confront him in DMs. He offers to call. And immediately when he offers to call, you decide to fucking record him. You decide to record him. But not only did you decide to record him, you decided, which honestly, the recording thing, I don't know if anyone really here has an issue with that. Recording a call or whatever. Like, it makes sense to record a call just for, you know, protection, you know, sake or whatever, right? But that's not the issue. The issue is you recorded that call with the intent to use it as content in some unspecified date in 2025, right? And you decided that immediately. Can I get you to admit to this on stream? You decided to do that immediately when you started recording him. Is that true?
I decided the next day after the call when I listened back to it.
The next day. Okay, so just to be clear, I have it on my notes that you recorded that call right on the 10th. Okay, so the next day, you wake up, you're like, fuck this guy. I'm gonna release this private call as fucking content against Leirx. Where in the call, Leirx didn't even look bad. Leirx looks like a nice guy just giving you, like, genuine fucking advice. You know what I mean? But you decided that he looked like an asshole and you were gonna leak that call on your fucking stream. I just want to know, like, why.
All right. Oh, these questions are fairly pointed. Do you mind if I just kind of jump in a little bit here? Okay. So what was your thought process in hindsight, just plain English? What was your thought process and why you thought that call was valuable to publish?
Basically, he had a misunderstanding of me. I try to explain the misunderstanding, and he says he understands, but also still thinks I'm a liar. And then, like, that's kind of the issue I had, and that was kind of the thought process behind potentially making content on it.
So I guess you're mad, to paraphrase, because he disagreed with your assessment of how the call went.
Of how the Boo Boss call went? Yeah.
And how does that reflect on his character, I guess? What is the... Because you said you were going to do a bully stream on him. I'm wondering what your initial angle was.
The initial angle for the bully stream is that he said, like, oh, I wish you the best or whatever. But then I see, like, multiple days later, he's still doing a stream on me. So I, like, poke him a little bit in the chat, and he, like, gets really desperate. Like, oh, where's the Bowblax content? Oh, let's bring Queen in. Oh, I need Bowblax content. I'm starving for Bowblax content. Like, and I'm like, if you mean the best for me, like, why are you being so desperate to, like, make content out of me days after the fact, right? So I was going to bully him for how desperate he was to get any Bowblax content that that was essentially the initial plan.
The problem is you're kind of angling, the bully streams are like to insult Tipster, who's like a disgusting waste of human life. And you're now like kind of inserting your own personal beef with Leirx in there. That's, again, this is very personal to you. It wouldn't really land as well. Do you think that any of the things you're saying here kind of fly in the face of your criticisms of Keemstar, for example? Someone who, I guess, routinely flies off the handle at, I guess, light criticisms that are levied his way and sort of push the envelope a lot there and, you know, spurg out a bit. Do you think that there's any...
I overreacted for sure. And in the same way that Keemstar would overreact and I would make fun of him, I mean, I overreacted. So it's like,
Sure.
I mean.
So you talk about how you wanted to leak this phone call, and I guess you came to the conclusion that it needed to be leaked a couple days after or the day after it was filmed. Do you know how, like, you're Canadian, right? You don't really know how the U.S. government works, right?
Not fully, but... Yeah.
We have a legislative branch, we have an executive branch, we have a judicial branch. That way, our monarch, the president, can't just go and do a bunch of crazy shit. There's like certain aspects of our government that operate in checks and balances, and they prevent us from doing really stupid things. But any one part of the government can't get too powerful. Anywho, your version of that branch system was Xylee, was Matt Pitt, Hostify, potentially. A lot of these content creators, you ran this through, like the concept of releasing this call. You sat down with them, and my understanding after speaking to them was they convinced you not to go forward with it.
They said in general it wasn't a good idea, but they didn't watch from what I know, because I didn't send it to them. So I was like, well, I value their caution, but I want an opinion from someone who listened to the call. And I got a DM back the next day from Toastify where he was like, "You're right, this call is crazy." And I'm like, because Toastify the day
don't you know
prior
he was trolling your ass?
really...
Like, don't you know that? Like,
no, I didn't.
You didn't?
No, I didn't. So basically, I invested more stock into Toastify's troll opinion than the other people's opinions because I knew he watched the call and he said it was crazy, and that was the only feedback I got at the time from someone who I knew watched the call.
Sure.
Just thought I was right.
So, but I'm pretty sure that after you had this conversation with them, some of your friends were a little confused as to why your position changed so rapidly within the span of what seemed like an hour, to the point where Xylee reached out to you on your private account and said, "Hey, this seems like it flies in the face of everything we spoke about in our private call a couple of hours ago."
Yes.
And then you kicked her off your account.
Yeah. So what happened is, like, I was in call with Xylee and some other people, and we were watching, because I came in, what happened, like the whole, I guess, timeline is I came into the call and it was just Smaggle and Toastify had just did this rant on me. So I was just trying to like talk about whatever, but you know, he had questions and I was answering them. I think you hopped in for a second, was listening to him talking to me, and I felt weird about it afterward, I guess, maybe. So like I was ranting about it to like Xylee like a little bit. I wasn't saying anything like super mean about Toastify at the time. Like I wasn't like mad at him too much. I was just like, bro, I was trying to chill and I'm getting like, I felt like I was getting interrogated. I don't know. But we went back and watched the call-in he had on Leirx's stream prior to him calling me, and dude, what he was saying, it was just like, it was making me go like fucking, I was like, what the fuck? I was really mad. And Xylee and them heard that or whatever. And then I left, and then I watched the rest on my own, and I got mad and I tweeted and that like tweet, and then I was like, wait, I just talked to Toastify and chilled things out, I should delete this, and then I deleted it. I don't know, it's just Xylee's all caps response just like freaked me out, and I was just like, I don't
you see kind of why people think they can't really help you. Like, you think you have a conversation with somebody for an hour, 2 hours, and you kind of think you're at, like, you understand where they are, and then I guess in this case something came over you. You forgot that you kind of just had these conversations with these people and you tweeted something crazy. And then immediately you soft block them and like kind of run. And then like now everyone's sitting here wondering like, what's Josh going to do? And then you go forward with a stream that, for lack of, I mean, let's be honest, it makes you look bad. People are really doubting your ability to do what you're currently doing. And we're not at June. We're not all the way back at the start of this manic breakdown. We're not at July during the BPD diagnosis. We're not at August 1st, the day you claimed you were going to come back. Mid-September. I guess, where do you think you're at right now?
My initial plan this mid-September was to kind of just come back, but like only really with like Twitterverses, maybe some Bowboard videos. I was like really easing into it and like maybe responding to some people here and there, like that Smaggle tweet or whatever, and then like interacting with people, hopping in the Discord server every once in a while, like I did when Smaggle and Toastify were there. I was coming back, but I wasn't trying to come back into like drama, like full force, like bully stream Mayo monkey mode. I was just.
But do you think that you're kind of acting in ways that would be, you know, comparable to self-destruction? I guess I wouldn't say self-harm because that implies physical hurt.
Yeah.
Would you say you're engaging in acts of like self-destruction upon your own character?
Starting with how I reacted to the Leirx call. Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, if I'm going on break from social media, I'm not going on break from my job, especially after I just got a house. I am going to make Twitter versus Mr. Beast and collect my $10,000 for passing go. You seem like you don't want to do Twitter versus anymore, it's what makes you money.
I am gonna continue to do Twitter versus. My plan is to cover more broad topics, such as I was gonna do Twitter versus PS5 Pro before this whole Leirx stuff happened and kind of distracted me.
I think even before that, we were talking about Twitter versus the Minecraft movie. How come you didn't make that video?
I was going to, and it's already half done. Honestly, I'm almost done it.
It's because Connor.
You don't need
Connor
any
stopped
personal
editing for him, and he hasn't been used to making his own video for like months. So he's like, "Fuck this shit."
I'm trying to like ease back.
But you don't
into
need
it
an editor for Twitter versus. You can get a researcher. This is not like a high value edit. This should be like autopilot for you after this much time. This is like free money that's easily printable.
Yeah, but I'm working on it, and then all this drama happened, and honestly, I just, even looking at tweets that aren't related to like Bowblax or whatever, it was really hard to mute everybody talking about me and like get all the tweets.
I get that, but this is something that, I mean, we've talked about this. I know you want to move away from Twitter versus in some capacity or downsize it, and I understand why you want to do that, but like, you know me, right? YouTube is not my job. I have a job that I do 40 hours a week. Every single week, I do my job. You don't hear about my job. I just get up and I do my job. Then I come and do my extracurricular activities like live streaming, things that I like to do. Now, it's lucrative, it's fun, but even if it wasn't, I'd still be doing it. You need to wake up in the morning and do your job, and there's going to be plenty of time to do those extracurricular activities, because I don't know what else you got going on. I think you need to dedicate at least 4 to 5 hours a day on Twitter versus, even if you can't salvage anything in this community, that needs to be your go-to, because those people aren't going to know about this conversation.
All right? I think that a lot of this extends from like, you don't like doing Twitter versus because you don't want to just be the guy that reads tweets. Like a lot of this extends.
Well, can I respond?
Go ahead.
Before we elaborate on that? Yeah, you say that, and I agree with you. And I am going to get back into doing content. I've started to do that, but you know, you think I should have started doing it earlier. I just felt like I needed a little more time, I guess. And now I'm back, and I know it's like financially not risky, but if
you're reading Twitter, why not just put the tweets in a video? We're gonna get to the money stuff later, but you don't need a social aspect of your life to make Twitter versus. That should be that's almost separate from every other thing that's going on. There's no community there.
Yeah, I just I haven't been able to do very clear and concise voiceovers until recently that don't sound.
Wait, what? Wait, what? Why? Wait, what's going on?
What are you talking about? You have performance anxiety?
Wait, what's going on there?
You could replace your voice with AI.
I don't know. I could look into that. I'm just saying I wasn't ready to come back until mid-September.
I'm just saying Homelander couldn't make me beg for $2,000 before I just make Twitter versus.
That was me panicking. I didn't check my bank account where my sponsor money came into. It was
bro, what the
stupid.
fuck is going on right now? Okay, this is turning into like
that was
all right, this stream's turning into like Nicholas DeOrio gives Bowblax like life advice or whatever, right? I don't know if that's the direction the stream should go into, whatever, right?
Yeah, I'm just
How would you like me to angle this conversation?
Well, it's just like, okay, let's talk about the issues here or whatever, right? Let's talk about like what's going on.
Sure. New topic. Hospital. Let's talk about things that occurred at the hospital.
Jesus.
Okay, this is juicy enough for you, right? You want to jump right to the juicy stuff? Let's talk to the juicy stuff. Okay, so you told me you were getting tested for BPD 1 day prior to your alleged diagnosis. Why did you choose to go to a hospital to get this test done?
You know that freak out I had on you? I had an even worse freak out on my best friend, and he convinced me to go to ER.
So the following day, I'm guessing?
I'd have to look up the exact dates. I think it was
you told me you were getting okay, well, you were in the ER.
Day, or I can look it up. I can look it up. Well,
sure.
I can look it up. I'm just not remembering the dates. I'm not trying to lie or whatever.
Because I believe it was, the freak out was on the 21st. You told me you were going to go get tested for BPD on the 22nd. On the 23rd, you told me you likely had it. Same day you told Alex Gekmo you had it, and you were receiving medication for it. And the following day, you'd tell Connor that you had it. And
I'm remembering the timeline of event. After I freaked out on you, I scheduled a doctor's appointment that would have occurred a week from now. I don't know how it is in the US, but maybe because of Candy's free healthcare. I don't know. It takes like a week after you do the appointment, right?
What kind of doctor, I guess, is this? Like a psychiatrist?
My family doctor. Just my family doctor.
You were going to go to a family doctor.
I was starting the process of just talking about it and getting help, you know?
Sure.
And then I had the freak out on my best friend, and that's when I went to ER, and that was 4 days. I went to ER on Tuesday, but my doctor's appointment was meant to be on Friday, so I basically just like, I'm too crazy, I need to like do it now, essentially, type thing. So when I told you I was getting help, that's when I scheduled the appointment.
So where did this thought of like...
I was like waiting.
You had BPD in your head within hours of having this fight with me. Where did that come from? I've heard conflicting things about it, so I just want a definitive. Why did you think you had BPD?
Well, BPD, from what I know, the two things, and I'm not a professional or whatever, and I apologize if like I get this wrong. I know a lot of people have been like kind of upset about me, like maybe trivializing stuff they have or whatever. I'm not trying to do that, but from my understanding, BPD can develop from past experiences that are traumatic.
Oh, wait, can you tell chat what you mean by BPD, just in plain English?
Borderline personality disorder.
Okay.
And I've heard that and my experience is that the result of BPD is that you'll have extreme feelings towards a person, like you think someone's a god and then you'll think they're the devil like the next second. And my mood swings were that crazy where that was happening. Like, for example, I was like shitting on my best friend and then like apologized like immediately after.
Did you ever think Leirx was the devil?
Not exactly, but I was very mad at him. I mean, that's obviously hyperbolic. I don't think like these people act, but yeah, like my mood swings were like extreme, and I just like felt like that's what was it, and I was like looking, I don't know.
Right.
So that's why I said I'm 99% sure. And then I also got medication that is used for people who have BPD, like people that I know
it's also used for people who are manic.
Yeah, and it was prescribed to me for the
Seroquel
mania.
is like the generic. Okay, so it was prescribed to you for mania.
For the mania,
that's
because,
good.
yeah.
So did you go to the ER because you wanted to get tested for borderline personality disorder, or did you go to the ER because you were manic?
I went to the ER because my friends knew I was manic, but I thought I had BPD.
Okay. And what did they tell you at the ER? What did the doctor say?
They said to take the medication and follow up in a week if it's working.
Did they give you any indication that you had borderline personality disorder?
I talked with them about the possibility of it, and they said it's possible, but I'd need like more. They'll follow up with me. That's why I was convinced that like I would get diagnosed with it like relatively quickly, because I thought that
they said it's possible you have it, so your jump
they
was,
said it's possible.
I'll likely be diagnosed very soon.
Yeah, that's why I said 99% to you.
Looking back on that, would you say now that you were 99% diagnosed on that day? It sounds like they asked you just, I don't know, go ask somebody else. Possible is not a strong indicator that you have
it was just the first visit. There wasn't enough time. Like, I wasn't given a diagnosis. No, I was just given a medication.
So where did BPD come from exactly? I guess it's just you Googled it.
I assumed it because the meds that I assumed it initially because of because of the ways I've heard it manifest, and then which align with like stuff I've experienced in the past. And then number two is the extreme mood swings on like opinions of people.
But where are you getting this information other than the book that you got on obviously the book came, I believe it was August 5th. This is in late July. Where are you getting this information? Is this something the doctor told you, or is this something you got on WebMD?
Someone who I was talking to who had BPD put the idea in my head.
Okay, so we're back to it.
But
wasn't
I don't want to go into that.
I'm not going to ask you any questions about it, but I'm wondering why you're telling people publicly that you found it online when you had a very different excuse for me. It's a different position. You said you were convinced you had BPD by a
because
partner.
I didn't want that detail about my life to be public. So I just said,
well, yeah, we're not making it public. I'm not giving you any names or anything to go by. The fact that you had a partner at any given moment doesn't even imply gender. I don't really understand what the wiggle room here is.
Wait, you're saying why I said that I thought I got BPD from Google when I actually got the idea from the person,
yes.
Right? Because I didn't want to give any indication that person existed.
I don't know. Sure. Augie, have you had an ex-girlfriend?
Oh, listen, man. Yeah, sure.
You think, that's actually bad for you because you're an incel.
Listen, you didn't have to blow my fucking spot like that.
If I had a girlfriend in the past,
what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah.
You'd be afraid that I'm gonna like dox her now?
We're getting into very personal territory here, man.
No, we're not. We're not. It's not the normal question to ask somebody who's 27 years old.
Okay.
Oh my god.
If the situation surrounding this person was normal, I would have mentioned that.
This is why people think we're weird, okay?
Which is why
when go,
I can.
Oh, you have a girlfriend at 27 years old. People are like, whoa, Nick. I mean, that's a real personal question.
It's fine that people. No, but with this person in particular, it's an explosive situation that I do not want to have leak into online discourse at all. If this was a normal person I don't want to say too much, but like in normal circumstances, I would have just mentioned it, but I'm trying to avoid talking about this particular scenario online.
Sure. Okay.
In particular.
Have you at any point since then, because obviously we're talking about what happened in July, right? And by the way, just to be clear, you told me that the next time we spoke was September. That was a lie. We spoke in August. If you check your call logs, you'll find that's the case.
No, the first conversation we had, once I knew that it maybe wasn't BPD, like I wasn't as convinced.
You never knew that it was BPD. You kind of just demonstrated that.
Yeah, but I thought it was.
Wait, is this like a boogie moment? Like, hold on now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I think so. Then why did you say it wasn't?
What do you mean?
Well, yesterday you were adamant that it was not a boogie moment, but you went public with a diagnosis you didn't have. Well, you didn't go public. Sorry, I apologize. You took it to not really. You took it to several different people, and the reason why I think it's as bad, if not worse, is you were actively using this to your advantage. You were using this to explain why you had a really embarrassing interaction with myself. I guess your personal friend. I imagine you told him too. That would add an extra person on the list. I think you actually described me as your victim at one point in messages, but you did this with Connor, you did this with Alex, and yesterday you were telling me you felt like you owed Alex an explanation as to why this even occurred in the first place. I personally don't think that's true. I think you're lying. I think that you wanted him not to release those messages. So you went, hey, I have BPD, I'm on meds now, I'm better, please don't leak my DMs.
So with that, I felt like, because I did freak out on him, like, and it was like so abnormal for my behavior, I did want to explain it to him. Ultimately, I wanted him to say, my bad, I'm sorry, I feel bad for you. I wanted him to say that to me. That was basically
why did you want a random person on Twitter to say, I'm sorry, I feel bad for you? What compels you to have that request? How could you criticize Tipster if you're gonna you wrote, I think your position was that on the 24th it was that Alex Gekmo is an evil fuck and that everyone should ban him.
Because I was mad that he wasn't showing sympathy towards me. Because I was mad at how he was like so aggressive towards me.
And that's after the fact, and that's perfectly fine. But the day before, you told me that Alex Gekmo is a retarded F slur. So that's that's before that.
I was mad at him.
So sandwiched right in between him being a retarded F slur and being someone who should be deplatformed on all platforms, you found it in your heart to think like, hey dude, I guess I owe you an explanation.
Well, I can hate someone, but also like feel like I owe them an explanation. It's about like my morals, kind of.
What would you say that explanation was? What were you explaining to them? What did you want Alex to know?
That this was like just a bad moment for me, and that like I wouldn't be crazy with him again in DMs, I guess.
Sure, but what was the bad moment? What was the solution to the problem? It was that you got medicated for BPD. That's why it's a boogie
because I
moment.
thought it was BPD.
Yeah, you ran to Alex and you said, hey, please don't leak. I have BPD. I got new meds. I'm sorry for freaking out. The freak out being the conversation you had. This is why I think what you're doing is bad. You also sent messages to Alex saying, hey, listen, please don't leak my messages. I'm not myself right now. You can leave the tweets up if you want, but yeah, I'd appreciate it if you didn't mention this DM convo. And I'm not being crazy because of this tweet. It's because of other things in my life. So
I mean, the tweet amplified. Well,
I think this is pretty cut and dry, Josh.
Yeah, I lied about having BPD. I thought I had BPD, but like I was lying to myself.
Oh, did you lie about it, or
that's a pretty big admission right there. Yeah.
Yeah, I was lying to myself as well, but also I could have it, I guess. But I mean, ultimately, like I don't have the diagnosis, so like until I do, I don't have it. Essentially, I guess.
Yeah, but my point is that you said that you needed to give him an explanation before going to the ER as to why you went crazy in his DMs, and that's a lie because you went to Alex and you told him after you went to the ER, thus the wristband of the hospital, that you had BPD, you got new meds, and you're better now.
Well, I gave him an explanation before and after. I gave him two, I suppose. I mean, whatever's like in that DMs is what I explained, right?
Sure. But again, like one of your biggest issues with my coverage in particular is you said to Connor, you hadn't explained yourself properly. One thing I noticed in a lot of Bowblax conversations over the years is that oftentimes when people think you're wrong, usually you think it's a massive misunderstanding. That it's not you being malicious, it's everybody else not understanding what's happening, and then it's causing certain issues that aren't really big issues. In this case, the misunderstanding is that this was never about BPD ever. The reason all of this was happening was because of hypomania. The main confusion is that my freak out was caused by BPD. I legit thought that in July because I was manic. So I'm confused. So it was, now it's, in hindsight, The confusion is you told everybody the incorrect thing, and that's my fault for the way that I'm discussing it on stream?
No, I didn't say it was your fault. I said that was like the confusion. It's justified confusion.
Well, it's not confusion. It's what you said.
Well,
it's your confusion.
Yeah. It's my confusion that I put onto you guys, I guess. I made, yeah.
Sure.
I'm not blaming you.
Why did you tell Leirx or imply heavily that I coerced you into going on the Chud Logic call? Like, you didn't even know he was streaming. You were caught off guard. Do you think that you weren't adequately prepared for what you were walking into? How could I have been
but I went in on myself, so that's my fault.
Well, no. Just to be clear, it was, hey, would you like to chat on Chud's stream? Sure, give me a sec. I'm not at my PC. Nick said, are you sure? They're baiting content. Alex just leaked your DMs. Only come on if you're 100% sure you want to have this chat publicly, because I had no clue they were going to do that. Then you said, fuck man, normally I would. It's easily explained, but I'm not 100% myself mentally right now. I'll hop on for a bit though. I'll talk about King of Nothing, but not much about Alex. And then I said, I'm willing to call you and talk to you offline. I didn't know that they were going to use that comment to bring up other stuff. It feels weird. Let's do this in private after it feels weird to do this in private after I commented publicly, but Alex just dumped all your DMs, so it kind of changes the board. And to that you responded, I'll hop on. So how were you not adequately prepared for what you decided willingly to do?
So I was prepared, I suppose, but I wasn't prepared for the Queeman call-in, and I should have left when that happened.
In that case, I asked them not to bring him in. Again,
yeah, that's not your fault. I'm not.
But you kind of implied that it was to Leirx, so that's why
yeah, I guess I just worded it badly. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Jesus.
By the way, and again, while we're talking, because we were talking about this whole Alex thing before with BPD and new meds, again, I haven't really shown, this is my conversation with you. You specifically said the BPD that you were 99% sure you had explains all of your impulsive outbursts.
I felt it did. And maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I was just trying to like look for a reason to why I was acting that way, you know?
Well, why did I not find out until September that you really didn't have BPD?
It didn't come up in conversation until then, I suppose.
Because you, dude,
I didn't
you tell me about your big new diagnosis and all the time you have to take off for mental health, you asked me for $2,000 and you didn't think to come back and say, hey, glad you didn't give me that money, because turns out I could have been working the whole time.
No, I couldn't have.
Yeah, dude, that's the 25th. You got diagnosed on the 23rd. This is like 2 days after you get BPD. You messaged me, hey Nick, I need 2,000 Canadian dollars to pay my mortgage.
It was Mania, not BPD. I can't really work under the mental state I was in at the time.
What's different from then to now? How do I know if I'm talking to Manic Bowblax? How can I?
I guess you don't, because I wasn't really online that much during.
So at no point, nothing you say can be used against you, because at any moment you could slip into a state of mania.
You've been online though. Like, I've seen you say you were taking breaks or whatever. Like, you've been taking breaks from Twitter.
I wasn't looking at the drama cycle.
Well, when have the breaks occurred?
Sorry.
Because it's like I don't know.
From mid-July to like basically like a couple weeks ago.
He took a break from his money. He took a break from his main channel. This makes no sense to me. You were reading Twitter. What's the point?
Well, when you say you're taking a break,
I wasn't looking at like any of the. I didn't know anything about the Mr. Beast drama. Really, I didn't know about like much at all. I did do a couple streams here and there on like some funny things that I saw on my own volition. Like there was a Sonic drama that was going on that I saw. My break was more a break from looking at all the drama and like worrying about what to make next. So like I can make Twitter versus videos when I'm, in the state or whatever state, right? Because it's just reading tweets. But what I couldn't handle was going on Twitter and actually like looking for those tweets and fucking, doing all that stuff. I just didn't want to like look at the new drama that was happening. I needed like a complete break from the whole drama world.
So just to be clear, we're all on board that this was Mania, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well then, why did you say 2 days ago that you still think you have BPD?
It could be both, but
personally, you think you have BPD, but I thought it was Mania.
100% what happened was a manic break, but like I don't know what else I would get diagnosed with if I'm gonna get checked and see what's up.
Tell me if I'm crazy here, because when you told me you had BPD BPD, that was where Nick's head went, oh, that's why he had this crazy rant. And again, you quoted saying that you hadn't had a rant, like you hadn't had a breakdown like this in 6 years. That was your direct quote. 6 years it's been since this happened. Obviously, something must be new. Something must have changed. So when you tell me I have BPD, my brain goes, oh, okay, that makes sense. There's a new thing happening here that Josh hadn't been previously dealing with. He's unmedicated. Maybe this will help him. Now you're telling me it was mania and you've always been manic.
No.
What am I supposed to do with this information?
Wait, what? I'm not saying I've always been manic. I'm saying I had my manic break in July.
My understanding is that you've had problems with like being manic on and off in the past. Is that not true?
No, I haven't.
So you've been diagnosed with mania in the last couple months. I don't think that's how that works.
Yeah, I'm getting word from like Aiden. He's telling me he's not manic. You can't get diagnosed with mania. Mania is a symptom of bipolar. Ask if he's been diagnosed with it.
Mania runs in my family, and someone in my family had a manic break like a couple years ago. It's like very heavily like in my family genes to have.
But you know, we're moving from one non-diagnosis, no answer to another non-diagnosis, no answer. And like, have you spoken to a physician recently about, or have you spoken to a therapist at any point about any of the stuff that's been going on here? What exactly have you been doing to better yourself, knowing that in this time frame since then, you've come back to making content? What did you do that made you feel like you could come back to make content? How do I know you're putting the best foot forward?
Because after, you know, a couple months of just like not looking at drama and doing other things and keeping myself occupied, like I edited together like some of my old Let's Plays and re-uploaded on like my, you know, other channel or whatever.
I'm hearing a lot of stuff about
content.
content.
Like, slow down.
But what have you done other than just waiting it out? What have you been doing to better yourself?
Well, I've been looking into the book. I've been doing a lot of self-reflection on like my life in general, which is part of the reason like I've been going back to like some old Let's Plays a little bit. I mean, that's like, you know, I'm really.
So you're treating your mania with Sonic the Hedgehog Let's Plays.
No, dude.
Well, you're not giving me anything here.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to. Like I said, I've been like looking through like the work, but I've been like trying to like focus on like my mind and my mental state and like what can I do to like improve it like long term in the future. And so I've been like looking at therapists, trying to find the right one.
You couldn't get a single appointment in 2 months in Canada? Is that how bad Canada's medical care is?
Pretty slow. I mean, it's free healthcare, right?
When did you make the appointment, I guess?
I started looking into therapists in August.
So you had this hospital ER visit and you didn't make an appointment in July? You put it off till August?
First I needed to get an appointment with my doctor for him to recommend physicians, right? So like the therapist part didn't come into play into the process until.
But you said that you have a family member who suffered from a manic break. They didn't know a physician that you could reach out to? If this is something that runs in your family, you should probably have resources available to you.
Yeah, and I've been getting my resources from my family doctor, and we're going through the process.
So your family doctor is the person who's advising all of your other family members who've dealt with mania, they're just going to him, or do they have a specialist in mind that they go to? I'm sorry if that's too personal. I'm just wondering, because if you have resources and you know where these doctors are because your family is talking to the same kinds of people, why do you have to wait till what is your physician going to tell you about BPD?
Well, he'd refer me to a psychologist, but there's like ones that specify in different things, so I need to get the right one. Sure. I can't I need a referral.
So okay, this is a question that I think a lot of the chat wanted to know, and fun question for me. When's the last time you did coke?
Andy Worski, that one line.
Wait.
Or not Andy Worski. What is it? Dick Masterson.
Wait. Oh my God!
I was getting the jokes confused.
I thought Andy was kidding.
No. Vito and Dick Masterson last
okay, not Andy Worski.
I tried one line. Like everybody tried it, but I only tried one line.
Sure. Yeah, I heard that you did a bunch of coke and then you played Sonic the Hedgehog on your Switch. Is that true?
I snorted the coke and then I debated Vito on Mr. Girl.
Dude, every time Andy Worski gets brought up, it's somebody talking about his medical history. I see King in the chat. Anywho, when's the last time you smoked weed?
Yesterday.
Get off that shit.
So why are you smoking weed while you're taking antipsychotics? Who's giving you that idea?
No one's given me the idea not to.
It's common sense dictates that you probably shouldn't smoke weed while you're taking antipsychotics. This goes back to the what are you doing to better yourself?
I don't have that common sense.
Do you think you've had like a Brad taste in music style, like weed psychosis, like breakdown? Like you've smoked so much weed that like your perception of reality is like all fucked up? Do you think that that's going on?
Well, before the manic break, I was actually like off of weed for a month, so maybe not. It definitely, I mean, doesn't help for sure. I mean, it's embarrassing to admit that I smoked yesterday, but yeah, I mean, I'm a bit of a mess.
What would you say your 3 biggest fuck ups were online?
Jesus, Nick.
In my whole career?
Well, no, I think this is a valuable question. What are your 3 biggest fuck ups that you've ever done?
In my whole career, or just
yes?
Like oh my god, that's a lot to think about. A lot of stuff has happened.
Really? Because again, I had a similar question on Chud's stream. I rattled off like 5 immediately. I'm just curious. I want to know what you think in your own words, with your own judgment, not coming out of Leirx's mouth. What are your 3 biggest fuck ups?
Well, I'm thinking I probably shouldn't mention anything prior to 2018. It's not relevant, right?
Whatever you feel confident in.
Number 1, calling Kobanamani 456 the N-word, probably biggest fuck up.
That didn't happen. He claimed it happened.
That was a pretty big fuck up you made.
Oh my god, Kobe. Oh my god. Dude. I don't know if these are like the biggest fuck ups, but I'm just gonna rattle off like some fuck ups that I think I've had that are big, but I don't know if I could like stack, like properly rank them or whatever right now. But obviously my behavior during the Boo Boss shit's like a big thing, you know, me talking with you. Obviously like the whole strike reaction. The Pokimane banana tweet, pretty huge, from September of last year. I definitely feel like I kind of fainted a little bit back in the day.
Willie was right.
Old ass shit.
Instagram wake up, obviously I didn't conduct myself well.
What was your biggest problem with Instagram wake up? What did you do in that? Because it's easy to say like, oh, I
fucked up.
Yeah, it's easy to say I fucked up, but what did you fuck up?
I defended Twoon before and I defended Twoon for himself instead of letting him speak for himself, you know?
Do you find that you oftentimes spend like a large amount of time defending people, I guess, without probable cause to do so, even when they're not defending themselves?
Sometimes, yeah.
You kind of blind fire? You self-insert a lot?
I want to help out.
Aug, you ever seen this guy self-insert before, or am I crazy?
Self-insert, like, where he, like, has to, like, defend the guy?
Like, me and you are having a heated argument with somebody, right? And then, well, there's Josh just to put a nice tweet out to remind everybody that he's still friends with everybody.
I can think of, like, technicals if we're gonna get...
That definitely did happen, yeah, that was one of those.
I mean, I'll be honest, like, I know this criticism's been brought up a lot. My only issue with that was that during the technical situation, I thought that was fucking gay. I'm sure it's happened other times than that. That's the one that I noticed specifically.
You were kind of the last guy off the flamenco train, too. You kind of gated that a little bit, kind of lagged behind.
Gator?
With King of Nothing.
I had a soft spot for flamenco for sure.
With King of Nothing, we chatted about it on stream, and you asked if I thought you were snaky because you leaked things that I said to him or leaked things that he said to me. I mean, just to be clear, he knows that you were telling me all that stuff.
Not specifically, but he knows that like I talk shit. You know.
How much stuff did you tell him that I said?
I would inform him on your public tweets mostly.
Nothing
like,
about
our
have you seen
like the new Nick tweet? I'd say like, oh, Nick's mad at you, bro. I'll say that.
But nothing about our private conversations?
No.
So how come you'd tell me all the stuff that he says in private, but you'd only tell him the stuff that I say in public?
Because what you say in public is basically what you say in private.
Sure. But there's probably some like things that aren't public. I mean, I can't possibly be only talking about the public talking points.
Yeah, but if I'm gonna talk to King of Nothing about you, wouldn't I bring up the public points before ever getting to any private shit?
Not if the private shit was juicy.
Well, I guess I didn't think any of it was juicy enough to tell him, maybe. But I mean, the thing, like, I was comfortable telling you things because he was fine with it. Like, he just didn't care. He's like, I'm like done with Nick. I don't give a fuck. Whatever.
How come in that conversation you didn't tell Chud Logic that you told me privately you wanted to run a month's worth of streams raping King of Nothing as soon as he backstabbed you?
I don't know if I said months worth of streams, but
I'm sorry. You wanted to run multiple bully streams shitting on him the first chance you got when he backstabbed you.
Well, we were complaining about like his conduct with like his videos and stuff, right? Which I'm annoyed at him with, and like the goofy shit he was doing, like the Ethereum comment, right? So it's like if he backstabs me, then I'll have a chance to like lol about the Ethereum comment on a like stream. Like he was just doing goofy shit, and I'm like, dude, if only I could fucking like rip into him for some of this like goofy ass shit. I did rip into him a little bit in private. but I can't do it publicly on stream. Kind of shitty if I'm his friend. So
Sure, but you see how that kind of reframes that whole conversation. You were surprised when I said it was kind of snaky in the call. And again, I mean, we gossip all the time. I'm not going to condemn you for gossiping. And to be honest, I personally don't even care if you tell him every single thing I said about him in private. I just kind of know. I want to know where you stand on it, because I guess what you think matters here more than me.
Oh, in terms of it being snaky, I personally don't think when it comes to like talking between you and King of Nothing, I personally don't think I've crossed any like moral lines or have done anything like wrong by you or by him. But if we want to like define it as snaky, like objectively, I guess if that's the definition.
Yeah, to me that sounds like the Tipster thing, where Tipster's like, oh, my wife's fine with me talking to other women, like she doesn't care. It's like, why would King of Nothing here's my question though, why would King of Nothing consent to you sharing his private messages with his biggest enemy, Nick?
I do have DMs of him saying it's okay.
Really?
But like, I don't want to like leak more DMs, but I guess.
I mean, you've already leaked some of his DMs to Nick, so what's the difference, right?
I did.
Well, no, not any day. No DMs.
Oh, okay.
He just told me everything they said in their Fortnite conversations. Like they would get on and play
that's
Fortnite.
Worse.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Because we would argue. I would argue Nick's points to him, and then he would respond, and his responses were so like, bro, they were just so funny.
Is that true that you wanted to do a bunch of streams on him, and you were just waiting for the moment where you could like accurately stab him in the back?
I would say if he backstabbed me, then I could do that.
But did you want that
I didn't want him to
Okay, you did
backstab
not
me.
want that to happen.
No, I mean I have enough people to like make fun of. I'm not going out of my way to like add to the list. Intentionally.
Yeah, what's like a reason? What would be like something King of Nothing's done that you would then be like, oh, okay, I can like fucking just shit on him and like just turn on him randomly?
He would have to like publicly say horrible shit about me, or like go like it would have to be something big.
So something big.
Sure. I don't think we're ever gonna be on
like
bad
Leirx,
terms,
like
to be
just
honest,
calling you
but-
like, just, hey man, let's talk about like, a misconception we have about a stream I did recently. Like that was big enough for you to like want to like fucking backstab him or something, right? But King of Nothing would have to do something like extraordinary for you to like go after him.
Yeah, like you disagreed with Leirx and you were gonna dump his
Right,
shit
it's like
and
the
do a bully
justification. This is
stream
the
on
thing,
him.
is right. What you decide is like backstab or like turn worthy.
Yeah.
It seems pretty inconsistent.
It's only inconsistent. Well, it's inconsistent probably in a couple areas, but it primarily inconsistent with the Leirx thing. I overreacted. Like I completely fucked up. Like I don't agree with how I conducted myself with the Leirx thing anymore. And yeah, it is hypocritical to, have like this long rope of tolerance for King of Nothing, but no tolerance for Leirx. And it's because I was pissed and I acted retarded.
Question: when did you decide to shoot? When did you change your mind on the Leirx situation? When did you decide like I went too far?
After I premiered my stream, but over time I've realized that I was more and more wrong.
What
even
is
up
the
until
day
today.
that you decided that fuck, like I can't defend this, like how I treated Leirx, like I have to just completely like turn around and say that I fucked up? When did you come to that conclusion?
Partly when I made that tweet about Leirx, but fully, to be honest, today.
So today.
Before this, like today.
Okay,
yeah.
that's what I wanted to get at, right?
Today.
Because like you called me before the stream and you were like, I fucked up or whatever, right? Immediately, it's like I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, okay, so today when we're announcing the stream, when it's like you, me, and Nick talking, all right, then you've decided like, fuck, like I can't defend this anymore.
It's because I spent the entire morning thinking about what I was going to say on the stream, and the more I thought about it, the more I realized I was in the wrong.
Right, when the
So like today was the most I've ever like reflected on the situation, like super hyper.
Yeah, but see, that's a problem.
I think you're kind of a crowd pleaser. I think that you want to tell the audience what they want to hear. I think you do that a lot.
I suppose, but I mean, and I was thinking of like saying certain things, but then I was like, I'm just gonna like let the conversations come and answer as honestly as possible. So
Sure.
Right now, I'm not even looking at the chat. I haven't looked at the chat this whole time.
You
so
shouldn't.
I don't know. I'm probably not pleasing the crowd. But yeah, I mean, ideally, when I went to the stream, I'm like, okay, how is the audience gonna best, absorb the information, and how can I say it in the right way and take responsibility and accountability? And I just realized like I'm just fucking wrong, so I just need to be open and honest. So it's like that.
But see, this this is the problem, right?
Like I can't.
So what
cater.
you just said, right? So you said like when you made your initial Twitter apology, your half-ass apology, right? You were like kind of thinking, I might have fucked something up or whatever. But it was only until today, when the stream was about to go live, that you're like, wait a minute. Like, I can't defend this anymore, so I have to, like, change strategies. I have to be like, oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Like, I can't do this anymore. That just comes across as, like, the definition of, like, disingenuous. Don't you see that?
I just took a long time to come to the conclusion that I was, like, fully wrong. I knew I was wrong for, you know, like, sharing the call round and everything, but I didn't think I was wrong for the stream until today. The stream, I didn't think I was wrong for until today.
How?
I don't know, dude.
You watched my video. You said you agree with 99% of what I said in the hour. That was me ripping into you for doing the stream. What are you talking about?
Yeah, well, I had to, yeah, and I watched that yesterday, and I had to, like, think on it, and today I came to the conclusion that it's like, I don't know, dude, I'm just slow, I guess.
Well, okay, so...
You think it's just slow?
You just, like...
I don't know.
Have you been diagnosed with that? Like,
I don't know. Yeah.
At what point is it just like...
I mean, like, yeah, at a certain point, like, I can't excuse any, like, I fucked up. Like, that's all, like, I mean...
How am I supposed to be friends with somebody who's got, like, who just is completely not in control? That you're not even at the fucking wheel. You're using full self-driving. But, like, the Mania is on the road.
You don't have to be friends with me.
Okay,
Damn.
but, like, that's not my point. I was friends with you for a while, dude.
I mean...
This is
I don't know. I fucked up. That's about it. Like,
Jeez.
Kind of at a loss.
Well, this is just...
I'm just doing what I don't know. I hope I've been clear enough. Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry.
What can you say right now that can quell people's fears that this is the new norm?
The new norm?
Yeah, dude. It ain't the same as the old norm.
If I continue to, like, get into fights and be antagonistic and basically do what I did with, like, Leirx or whatever, then yeah, feel free to, like, rip into me. But I'm pretty much just going to, from here on out, just, like, chill, only respond, like, you know, just, like, not be involved really that much in drama. I'll cover some drama stuff on Twitterverses.
You're giving me a lot of content stuff, but you're not really telling me what you're doing when the camera turns off. I'm hearing.
I'm focusing
how
on
are you
some
navigating? Yeah, but how are you navigating this new lifestyle that you're in? All I know is that you're on literally the only thing that I know that has changed since July to now is you're on mood stabilizers.
Yes.
I don't know any other. I'm begging you just to tell me, like, what are you going for walks? Like, are you, like?
Oh yeah, I've been going for walks.
What are you doing when you're not online?
Oh, what am I doing when
because
I'm not online?
You're saying that you're not online, but all the things you're telling me you've been doing are doing things that are online. So what are you doing with the other 22 hours of the day that you're not checking Twitter?
I've been working on various side things and also
what are the side things in particular?
Okay, are you gonna let me? You're asking?
Sorry. Yeah.
So primarily what I've been doing most of the time is working through some financial complications, taking a lot of time, and I've been going through the medical system to get a therapist. Those are the two primary things I'm doing. On the side, I'm doing like things like drawing or looking, you know, through the BPD book or cleaning or what have you. But the two primary things that have been basically taking up my time, which, you know, a lot is you know, the finances and just like other stuff that has been taking up a lot of time that I just can't speak on. But
just to be clear, Augie, what have you been doing for the last year when you weren't online?
Listen, I've been fucking hard at work, grinding, making money.
You look a little thicker. You've been going anywhere in particular?
Thicker?
Yeah, you know, a little swole, right?
You know, I've
been going to the gym.
I have been working out a little bit, you know.
That's the thing that you've been doing. Wow. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I have a gym in my apartment building that I go to a couple times a week, so it's just like in my apartment building. So I've always done that. That's not new, but it's only like a little bit. It's like maybe I could do it more. It's like once a week or so I don't get like super fat or whatever.
This is my thing, dude. It's just like you're saying I'm not online, and what I've been doing with my spare time is I've been drawing, I've been paying my taxes, and I've been reading the book I bought in August about BPD.
It's not paying, dude. There's a lot of financial complications. Like I don't know how I can justify my time more without getting into personal detail. Like I just don't know know how. Maybe I could be using my time a little tighter, but like...
But you have tons of it. You haven't been online for 2 months.
Yes, and I'm using that time to do the things that I've been saying. So
Okay.
All right. Well, do you have anything else you want to cover specifically, Nick?
Yeah, I have one more thing I want to talk about. So somebody they didn't call in, right? But they wrote a message, and I'm going to read you an excerpt from it. This is an excerpt from a message that I got. Well, now everyone sees who you really are, Josh. You're a dishonest little shit who constantly plays both sides because you care far too much about what everyone thinks about you. You're so desperate for everyone's approval and want so badly to be liked by everyone. Meanwhile, you're sad, fence-sitting pleases no one. And because of that, your word isn't really worth shit. You stand by nothing ever, so stop pretending to be a bully, because you're not a bully. You're a bitch who falls like a fucking house of cards at the slightest criticism. What is your rebuttal to that statement?
My rebuttal to that is that the person who said that was projecting, because that's exactly how he is. But
would you just say that that doesn't also describe you?
A couple of those things ring true. Not all of it, but definitely some parts of it. But he only said that because of projection. That it's not because he knows me.
Or he could have just watched the coverage in some
and
capacity.
came to that conclusion, maybe. The parts that ring true. Wait, can you give me a screenshot of that and just paste it in here? So I can look at it.
I will put the passage in the chat.
All right, let me pull it up.
Everything up until him saying "meanwhile" is true.
So
Okay, so you don't say you don't feel like you fenced it.
No, because not.
You have to disassociate this from Tipster, because I think you were kind of fence sitting on the flamenco stuff, maintaining your friendship with him and being kind of the last guy off the train. I think you fenced it with King of Nothing for quite a while.
Okay, what I do is I make my opinion known, but I still be friends with them. So my opinion on the King of Nothing video has always stayed pretty consistent.
Except for the day that we were criticizing him, and you were the one man you were the one guy on the other opposition side, which again you, in your defense, apologized for, saying that you wish you weren't even involved because King of Nothing chose not to defend himself, so it's kind of asinine. But you were the one man on the other side.
Yes. What happened with that tweet is I watched Connor's coverage of the King of Nothing thing. That was the first stream I watched of it. He had questions and I tried to answer it. It's like a parallel to what I did with the Booboss stream for Leirx, where I was trying to like help clarify for him on the private. I just did the same thing, but like with Connor's stream. And I wrongly assumed that all of the coverage on King of Nothing was kind of a similar tone to Connor, because Connor was a lot lighter on King of Nothing than everybody else.
Well, I remember going at this videos. I think that my first, I wouldn't even have known about this King of Nothing video if you didn't say Ethan Klein is coming after King of Nothing, threatening to sue him. He sounds nutto. And then we started pulling up.
I did think it was nutto that he. I mean,
Augie, you were there, right? I think the quote out of your mouth was, "Well, what did he say?" And then we started pulling up the video and going like, "Oh, this is weird."
Well, I wasn't. All I knew, I just saw the clip of H3 saying I'm gonna sue him, and I'm like, whoa! I don't remember anything sue-worthy in the video because I wasn't I guess really locked in when I watched it at first or whatever.
But you said you knew the video was bad, and you brought it up specifically because things in his life were going on, and you kind of said the reason why his video is bad because things were going on in his life that occurred days before upload.
No, I did not say it was because of that.
No, you said, I know why the video is bad. Things have been going on in his life. And then I said, specifically, wait, didn't he like work on this the last 6 months? And then you went, oh, yeah.
No, I was trying to explain something and then you interrupted me and it made it sound like I said that.
Well, that was the excuse he was running around telling everybody else. So I thought it was interesting that you echoed it.
That wasn't the excuse. Okay. I was saying that's why he freaked out at like Turkey Tom's criticism of him. Was because of that. That's what I said. There were like bad points in the video, but like he overreacted to the criticism that Tom was getting because of that, and I was just like, yeah. I wasn't saying the video was bad because that happened to him. I was saying that's why he reacted to Tom's criticism that way.
So jumping back, because I think people are asking about Tipster. Aside from that passage, I guess, what is your rebuttal to the larger Tipster allegations at hand? Tipster levied allegations.
What are the Tipster allegations? It's about me on
Well, it's this thread. You saw the thread where he kind of just ripped into you for, it was probably one of the most brutal things.
I gotta be honest, Tipster fucking popped the fuck off. I read that last night with my jaw on the floor. I was like, can I read Tipster's response, by the way, for the stream?
Yeah, I would say you should. Yeah,
just so Shaq knows exactly what we're talking about here.
I haven't seen a Tipster W in a real long while, and this is the only example.
It was pretty bad. I wasn't gonna say anything. I was just looking for confirmation of whether this was you or not. But since you want to run your mouth, I'll say my piece. Talk all the shit you want. But I knew you were next, and I was right. Literally everything you tried to shit on me for, you did. You're a massive fucking hypocrite.
Not true.
Hold,
I
no.
didn't defend Wally.
Do not interrupt the words of the great Tip. You have to.
Okay.
Bowblax.
I didn't do everything, Tipster.
See, this is your problem, Bowblax. You can't take a fucking L. Sit down and listen.
Aight.
Sit down and listen to Daddy Tip tell you how it is, okay? Talk all the shit you want, but I knew you were next, and I was right. Literally everything you tried to shit on me for, you did. You're a massive fucking hypocrite, and I have zero sympathy for you. You're getting a taste of your own medicine and have no one to blame but yourself. Like, holy shit, you're such a pathetic coward that you deleted your non-binary people are valid tweet after you got a little bit of pushback for it. I've been getting shit on for over a year for my support of the trans community and other LGBTQ plus causes, and not once have I deleted a tweet about it or backed down. Because unlike you, I have the balls to stand by my principles. And if that wasn't enough, you begged Alex fucking Gekmo to delete a tweet because it hurt your fifis. There's a lot of valid criticism of me and how I've mishandled things in the past, but not even I begged a random Twitter dipshit to delete a tweet because it was too mean. You're a spineless coward and the last person who should be trying to bully anyone. Also, it's interesting hearing people talk about how you were extremely dishonest with them and kept sending mixed messages, because it sounds a hell of a lot like our last interaction, doesn't it? You let me hang out to fucking dry while everyone went at me and how I backstabbed you. Meanwhile, you were in my DMs telling me you were not mad and that we were cool, and let's not forget all the times you talked shit on streams, then DMs me after about how you were just joking and didn't mean what you said. Well, now everyone sees who you really are, Josh. You're a dishonest little shit who constantly plays both sides. You care far too much shit about what everyone thinks about you. You're so desperate for everyone's approval and want so badly to be liked by everyone. Meanwhile, your sad finstening pleases no one. And because of that, your word ain't worth shit and you stand by nothing you say ever. So stop pretending to be a bully, because you're not a bully of anyone. You're just a bitch who falls like a house of fucking cards at the slightest criticism. Have a nice life, Josh. Don't bother responding, because I won't bother reading it. And stop feeling bad for yourself and own your fucking shit. I took my fucking L's. Now it's time to take yours. Thank you, fuck you, goodbye. So, that was Tipster's response. Now, admit that that was fucking a brutal dissection, especially based on what you've said tonight.
Yeah, if only he was so brutal when I was actually talking shit to him.
Hold on, Josh. I have to channel my inner chud logic. Listen, Joshua. You're the Tipstorian. You're the Tipstorian, Josh. You've been covering him for months non-stop. You had the blueprints to know not to do this, Joshua.
I owned my L's. I mean, did he own defending the boss shit? So
no, he owned you.
I wasn't. There's no mixed messages between me and Tipster in our last interactions, and our last interactions are public. That's like not real.
Now they are, because he dumped them.
Well, I dumped them like a year ago.
This is the first I'm seeing of them. He put them on his Twitter.
Just now?
Oh, I didn't know he put them on his Twitter.
I can't open them. Does anyone have
I can't open them either.
Tipster, can you truce for like 5 minutes? This is kind of
you've
valuable
gotta
for
unblock
everybody.
me. Like, what the fuck? Now, Nick, is there anything worth reading here in these DMs? Like, let me see. Like,
I haven't seen them. They were just sent to me.
Well, like, says full transparency, so you don't feel backstabbed or anything. I do meme about you in private sometimes. Nothing hateful though, just joking around. Would say the same stuff to your face too. Because let's be real, some of your tweets are crusty. Now, when was this sent? There's no date on these DMs.
This is just before this is probably around the time where you were fighting for Bowblax against. This is probably about our time of our debate, right? Like
I would assume like this was around like the great me versus Keffels and Tipster like 1v2.
When I awoke from my slumber, hearing Keffels and Tipster fighting on your stream and joined the stream fucking half asleep.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I was passed out at the beginning of that conversation.
What I said in that DM is true, because like there's literally I think Commentary AIDS clipped it. The first time we found out about the Lolly stream or something, I think, or maybe it was like a different stream or whatever. Maybe it was something before. But there were definitely times where Tipster was literally in the call and we would bully the shit out of him and he would just stand there and take it. So like, that's true. Everything I say to him privately, I would say publicly. and there's proof of that literally on the internet.
Right.
So
I don't know. They can look into the tipster stuff another time. I don't think it's worth trying to.
I'm not going to read through a bunch of this shit.
You're not going to let him bring him in, so I'm going to ask one question for somebody in particular.
Okay.
I guess, what is your biggest problem with Keemstar?
that I always felt like I had to walk on like eggshells.
No, I'm not asking about what your problem personally with Keemstar is. What you're very critical, openly so, about things that Keem does, as have I been in the past, you know. But you have a lot of issues with him and the things that he says, the things that he does. What's your biggest problem with Keemstar?
My biggest problem, it's like a cumulative collection of things, but like a big example would be like how he treated Tommy C. Like I don't understand why he was like withholding the money and stuff, and just like choices he made that I criticize on an individual basis.
Why would you say that he's like a lol cow though?
Because he was definitely acting like a lol cow in the scenarios I was talking about.
So you're saying this is like a new thing? Like he recently started to exhibit traits of being a lol cow within like the last 3 months, 2 months?
I mean, he's the same person he's always been, but
exactly,
I mean, it's like it becomes there's just a lot of examples through lolcat, right?
Well, because I've noticed in the past, and I'll kind of break out of it. I've noticed in the past, you're a little sneaky little fucker. When like somebody wrongs you in particular, you'll start to retroactively go back and reassess certain positions you might have taken in the past, or you'll start bringing up stuff that you kind of hand waved away to begin with, and then you're looking at them almost through a completely new lens. Do you think you did that with Keem? Do you think that you weren't as critical?
I didn't wave away like I didn't retcon any of my previous opinions. I got annoyed at him because he was like crying that I like uploaded that video like talking about like the boogie like on his knees or whatever. Yeah. And I got fed up with him, and then I started looking at all of his actions with a more critical light. If he did that to me like a month earlier, there's probably stuff that the month prior I ignored, but I wouldn't have ignored if he screwed me prior to that, right? Or not screwed me, like being a little bitch.
You could be really manipulative sometimes, or not manipulative, I'm sorry, you could be really malicious sometimes. And I think Destiny is the #1 example. You've had an issue with Destiny since the debate you guys had. You have an issue, obviously, with him platforming Mr. Girl. But I don't really understand why you're boosting tweets from crazy people, calling him a pedophile.
Destiny,
But do you think that he's a pedophile when you retweeted it?
No.
Then why would you retweet a tweet calling him a pedophile?
I already addressed this, I'm pretty sure.
To who? Me in DMs?
Publicly? I think I addressed this publicly. I will answer this question, but first I want to like answer something else you said. So you said that I started hating Destiny after the debate. I started hating Destiny when he was platforming Mr. Girl. That's when I didn't like him. Or started to very viscerally dislike him. And that on top of the disparaging comments he said about me occasionally.
Sure, and you had a bunch of different issues. You were mad that he fucking laughed about the Trump supporter and stuff like that. Yes. But does that give you the right to push a tweet with, again, someone we know? I know Courtney, you know Courtney. We defended Courtney with Alberto last year. Do you think it's fair to like take a tweet like that completely out of context to paint somebody as a pedophile because you have a grudge against them?
So I saw like in the tweet you see like Destiny's messages, and like the joke he was making, I knew he wasn't being a pedo, but he was making a pedo joke.
So you retweeted someone who's calling him a pedophile, and you're like, oh, he's clearly joking about this, but it's valuable to my argument right now, so I'm gonna make a comment about it. The nature of that was calling him a pedophile. Is not really another way to splice it.
Yeah, I know. So what I should have tweeted, well, if I shouldn't have quote tweeted it at all, but if an ideal version of that tweet and what I was trying to intend with the tweet was that he's comfortable making these jokes. No wonder he was comfortable with Mr. Girl around or whatever. Like it's just because Mr. Girl makes like pedo jokes and stuff like that. You know, it's like.
Wait, do you think that Mr. Girl is a joker, or do you think that Mr. Girl is a pedophile? Because your position previously is that he's a MAP, minor attracted person. Your position is that he is a pedophile.
He's attracted to kids, or people under the age of 18 now and forever. That's what he said.
So you think that Destiny, because he makes jokes on Twitter, that makes him comfortable with legitimate pedophiles in your own personal?
He was comfortable with platforming Mr. Girl when he says that. So like, I don't know.
You see how this logic line doesn't line up? Like if you think that Mr. Girl is a pedophile, if that's your position, and you're saying that Destiny thinks that like because he's joked about things in the past, he'd be okay to hang out with real pedophiles. I'm just just wondering. I've made rape jokes in the past. Would I hang out with a rapist?
Well, you're not platforming a rapist consistently on your stream.
Sure, I didn't say I was, but your argument
But
is that because he's made jokes about it.
Between you and Destiny.
Yeah, but I know I'm very different than Destiny. Sure, thank you. Flamenco would be mad at you for saying that.
Well, you know what I meant.
No, but you're saying that because he's made jokes about pedophilia, he'd be okay with platforming a pedophile. I'm saying I've made jokes about rape. Would I platform a rapist? Like, is that the same logical dialogue tree that we'd go down?
Well, okay. To make a parallel for this, if you have like Ultimate Rape Review and making all the rape jokes and stuff.
Yeah.
If you were doing that on top of platforming someone who people know as a rapist, and who've openly said like, yeah, like I'll fuck someone without their consent, whatever. Like if you had that on and made the rape joke, then
Augie,
then
would
yeah.
you fuck someone without their consent? Just to be clear.
No.
Oh yeah, that was believable,
But
dude.
like you.
So when we were talking about this, your responses kind of indicated that instead of saying, hey, I totally fucked this up, which again, you did initially, you kind of backtracked that a lot, telling me that Destiny shit on protesters, you hate him, you're surprised I took a jab at him. Would you describe that as a jab?
What? My tweet?
Yeah, your tweet. Would you say
Yes.
that was a simple jab? Boosting pedophile allegations that you know were fake or a jab?
Since like the audience knows about like Courtney and stuff, I figured that they would know.
You think the
that-
audience are the people consuming your tweet, or you think they're a niche commentary audience and the 30 people you streamed to knew about it? Josh,
I wasn't intent. Obviously, I made the retweet out of anger for Destiny, but I
you got
wasn't,
mad
like,
and you boosted a tweet calling him a pedophile. That's malicious.
That wasn't my intention, though. But
No, it's not an explanation. I understand. We've been here 150,000 times. Every time you get caught on something,
No, I said
it's a misunderstanding.
intention,
It's not. It's not. It's an explanation. It's not. Oh, it's not my intention. It's.
I
no,
mean,
you
I
did
could
something
lie and
openly
just say
malicious.
that I wanted.
You
to
are
call
lying
that.
right now when I called you out on it.
I'm not trying to lie. I'm not lying. I didn't think I was.
Then why
calling
did you
Destiny a
apologize?
pedophile. Because I realized that when I made that tweet, it looked like I was endorsing Destiny pedophile, and for all intents and purposes, the way I
Because
worded
anyone
it,
would read
I
that and come to that
did.
conclusion. That makes no sense.
Wait, why are you like? For all intents and purposes, the way it came across, I did, even if it wasn't the intention, I did. It did look like that, so I fucked up and I deleted it. Or said I fucked up and I deleted it, and I apologize. That's why I was wrong.
But then why did you reach out to me yelling at me for optics checking you? Like I was the big bad guy in this when you were retweeting people calling him you were fucking pushing pedo allegations. And you're like, next time don't fucking.
Because I was being nutto at the time. It was July.
Do you think that you deserve that
July
check?
15th.
Or do you think that I was being.
Yes, I do think I deserve that check. Yes.
Why is he
Alright?
evil, bro? He's evil. Destiny is evil.
By the way, privately, he said he wanted to get a pot shot in at Destiny. That was the reason.
Yeah, I know. He did. He said that's.
This
Yeah,
is what
exactly.
I've been saying this the entire time.
Yeah, but the pod shot was boosting it. All right, we're
false
moving.
pedophile.
And yeah, it was a bad the pot shot. I shouldn't.
You
have
didn't
done
say
that
pot shot in the moment. You said pot shot after you realized what you did wrong. That's like
because it was always a pot shot, but it wasn't intended to be a pot shot with the pedophilia, but it was intended to be a pot shot.
That was the
which is
tweet
not
calling him a
about-
pedophile. What was the pot shot supposed to be about?
It was supposed to be that he's okay with platforming pedophiles, and he also jokes like this. So
Oh, the pot shot was that he likes pedophiles. He's not actually a pedophile. That's what you're
yes,
saying?
that's a pot shot.
Do you think that equally makes you look better?
No, but it's the truth. I don't think it makes me
Okay,
feel
so yeah,
better.
you just admitted you maliciously wanted to get him at that he likes pedophiles. That's what you're just admitting.
Yes. Yep.
I'm just saying when people are mean to you, Josh, and they do things you don't like, or they platform people you don't like, your brain turns off and you unga bunga and just say whatever the fuck you want that'll make them look bad. And in this case, Courtney was the one who takes a hit for this because you're boosting allegations with her fucking name on them, and you know her.
I guess.
I mean, you know that she exists and that she's not 10 years old.
Yeah.
We
like,
defended
I
her
don't
a
know.
year ago. No, it's not just she existed, bro. We were in calls talking about fucking Alberto.
Oh, she was a central
didn't-
character in that situation.
Yeah, she was a central character within the last calendar year,
Yeah.
bro. That's fucked. All right, that's all I had.
Well, he kind of admitted it, so. Bowblax,
Yeah,
why'd you...
I'm here to try and tell the truth, no matter how bad it makes me look.
You're doing great, buddy.
Sometimes the truth takes a few teeth pulled out of your mouth to do it. I guess. I don't know.
I am trying to be forthcoming.
Bowblax, why'd you apologize 5 days ago for leaking my call publicly on Twitter when you just sent this call that you actually haven't realized that you were wrong until today,
Good
just
question.
hours before
Good
the stream?
fucking question.
I was wrong. I realized I was wrong for sharing around the call, but I didn't realize I was wrong for putting the call in the way I did in my video. Because like the difference is like there's like the full call and then like the cut call. Both are wrong, but I only realized like part of my mistake at that moment in time.
Okay, so what is that? You were apologizing for going to Toast Fine Smaggle and leaking the call. That's what this
Yes.
apology was for. So the apology wasn't for anything else in relation.
No,
And
but now I'm expanding the apology to the stream as well because I realized recently.
Why'd you have that realization just hours before this stream today?
Because I was thinking like in depth about how to explain the situation, and the more I thought about it, the more I realized I was in the wrong.
Yeah, right before you were about to have to get on air and defend yourself to Augie and Nick.
Yeah, if you're preparing to go on a stream, wouldn't you think about what you want to say?
Before doing any of this, I think you'd want to think before what you have to say, not just before like your two internet daddies are confronting you. Ideally before.
Seem to have strong like.
Well, yeah, ideally in every scenario.
You seem to have strong like E-daddy syndrome, where it's like which is also a thing that Flamenco had too. Where like whenever Flamenco would fuck up and I would confront him, he would like listen and be like, he'd understand. But when anyone else would confront Flamenco, he'd be like, fuck you, you're fucking gay. And you seem to have the same problem, right? Where it's like when some people confront you and talk to you about real shit and like give you genuine advice, you'll listen, you'll clap, you'll be like, yes, thank you, okay. But when other people do it, you'll fucking record them and like plan to snake them a year later. It doesn't necessarily depend the advice you're being given, it's who's giving you that advice that is dependent on how you react to it.
Sure, that's true to an extent. I won't say as hard as Flamenco, but sure, like if Nick tells me something versus Misgift, and yeah, or even like someone that I don't fucking hate, like I don't know, yeah, like I take information differently depending on who's saying it for sure.
Okay, yeah, but I again just absolutely don't like believe this, because what you do, Bowblax, is you'll say anything if you think you'll say anything and do anything if it thinks it will get you out of the current situation. I mean, you did it with me 2 months ago, saying you were in a dark place, 3 a.m. with your Destiny tweets when we had a private call back then. Then BPD you used as your reasoning with Alex Yakmo. Please don't leak this DM, bro. Please take down your tweets. Now publicly with this apology, even though you didn't feel that way, you said that, but then had the realization today. Like Nick said it to you 4 years ago in the Boo Boss stream, and it's still true. Like you cannot take an L, and this is like your consistent problem. I mean, it should be engraved on your gravestone. It's not an explanation. I mean, it's not an excuse. It's an explanation.
I'm trying to take the L now. See, like, but yeah.
No, you're not.
You guys are right.
Do you think that? Wait, do you think that's what this stream is? Do you think that's what this stream is?
I'm trying to give clarity, and
I know that's probably your tactic, but it's not. You know, it's not coming across that way to anyone.
It's always clarity. It's always clarifying. It's always there's an explanation. It's never what did I do wrong?
I did say I fucked up. I did admit I fucked up on.
No, but you fuck up. You fuck up like the 1%, but the 99% is always the misunderstanding that occurred prior to the minor fuck up. That there's never just a singular. This is my mistake. I'm sorry. I did this, and then moving on. There's always 50 qualifiers that come off of it.
Yeah, which is why I tried to make the apology on Twitter to Leirx more to the point.
You weren't even going to write that apology. You told Augie you weren't going to post it, and 3 minutes later you sent a link. What are you talking about?
No, I said I was going to apologize to Leirx, but I didn't know exactly how at the moment.
And then you immediately sent him a link 3 minutes later. And
yeah, because I figured that tweet would be good.
Dude, you got a sonic blast.
Okay, here, I don't want to like have big repeating talking points, but I at least wanted to get this like one-on-one with Bowblax to explain why with my call situation. So I wanted to ask him, because last time I talked to Bowblax was when I was in my living room, doing dishes, when I was trying to give him advice on why he just said that he has child abuse trauma on Child Logic stream.
His house isn't like smelling like shit. He does dishes, just to be clear.
Nice.
Yeah, you could hear the clang in the background and the fucking
More
call
than
on my
Asmund
phone.
Gold, yeah.
So that's the last time I talked to Bowblax. So I just want to get clarification because on what even happened here. So Bowblax, why did you record the call in the first place?
Because I was frustrated with you not accepting or calling me like a liar and a manipulator, and I wanted to have the conversation with you, and then I recorded it so I could listen back to it later and
It's because he was mean.
So you recorded the call before even raining me, so you can already like listen back to it later?
Listen back to it to see.
What does that even mean, dude? What? Even before having a call with me? What does that mean?
Dude, the psych medication is like really, it's like a psychic Pokemon.
Dude, he saw a vision, bro. He saw a vision how it would be.
For safety. Didn't you guys,
Yeah,
Wait,
but
what is the safety? What were you in danger of?
wait, but it wasn't for safety. You immediately were talking about releasing it. Like within the next 24 hours,
the
you're like,
next
guys, I'm
day,
gonna drop it. Yeah, I've recorded tons of calls for safety. You've never heard any of them.
Wait, no, but
It's
even
never come
just
up.
me one-on-one personal. What was the danger, Bowblax? What kind of situation did you think you were entering? You think you're entering the Coliseum and a phone call on me?
You were sending it to anyone who wanted to see it.
You were calling me a liar and a manipulator.
You are a liar and a manipulator.
So what I said on my stream is that you're being manipulative in the 2020 Boo Boss shit. I guess the manipulative is like the equivalent to the N-word to you, that you can't even utter this around you, or else you'll have like an insane episode.
It's not fucking. Listen. It's not retarded. He has a whole video on his channel about how it doesn't bother him. But God help me, I have seen the word ableist more times in this past 2 months than I've ever read it from Josh before.
So yeah, I said you were manipulative in the Boo Boss stream. So because I called you manipulative in a stream, you decided to record the phone call for your safety, or because you wanted to look back on it, or because I was already being mean in the call, and then you decided to record it after I was being mean.
The first two, not the.
So why'd you give that? Why'd you give that latter excuse to like people like Nick, I believe, and other people?
I don't think I did.
Didn't Nick
I said
say
that
that?
I decided I wanted to leak it later in the call, or potentially, but like I didn't say I started recording it later in the call. I never
Okay,
said
do you- wait.
Said that this stream, Augie asked you, and you said you did that earlier in this stream.
Wait, no, I started the recording from the beginning. Like,
You said you were recording Leirx when he started to get like shady or whatever. But then
No,
in the
I never
recording,
said
it started. That was literally Augie. Did you not ask him this literally an hour
I
ago?
literally did.
And what did he say?
He said yes. When bro, that was
Bowblax, did you say yes?
conversation.
No.
You didn't say yes, Bowblax.
Chat, am I going
I
fucking
wouldn't have
crazy?
said
I mean,
yes to
20
me
seconds, somebody will
starting
have the
recording.
clip, but I'm pretty sure yes, you said yes.
Okay, something I want to understand though is that Bowblax, for you to record this call already preemptively, is this something you do often? You just like record calls when
No.
you feel like
That's
No.
my
my coverage
question,
of you.
yeah.
So you don't do this often.
No.
So you felt like my coverage was that egregious that you had to record this for your safety.
Again, yes, I overreacted extremely, and it's embarrassing and it's stupid, but yeah.
Okay, I guess. But so after you recorded this for your safety and then you went to rewatch it, what was the content in the call you felt that was, I guess, bad or mean to you?
It was the part where my main issue was that you were saying I give too much like fluff and explanation, and then you still thought I was a manipulative liar, but I'm giving that explanation to say that I'm not, and you still believe I am, therefore the explanation would be needed.
So what I was doing is, at the time, I'm not saying this to morally flag, but I was trying to tell you behind the scenes, like, hey man, I understand that you want to come across this way and you want to over-explain all of your actions because you want to make people know that you're not actually coming to situations with malice. So I understood that and I tried to explain that to you. But then I went on to say, even though I know you're coming from it from that perspective, the way it comes across to other people is that it looks like just straight excuses, dude. And all this fluff, 3 a.m., bad place, because I made the Destiny tweet, that comes across as excuses. Do you still think those are contradicting things? Do you not understand what I'm saying?
Can you repeat that? I'm so sorry. Can you just like repeat what you said?
I'll do you better. I'll repeat what your coverage was in your Leirx bully stream. So you said that when you rewatch this stream, that I act publicly one way and differently in privately. So I guess I'm the snake. So tell me how I was acting one way privately versus publicly.
You were saying you had my best interests in mind, and then you were like super desperate to get like any Bowblax content to the point that you called Cleeman onto your stream. I felt like if you said you had my best interest in mind, but now you're like really reaching for content for me like 2 days after the fact. Like,
Josh, I think you have the timeline mixed up here. So when I went live that day to call Cleeman, I already knew that you went around behind the scenes saying you're going to do a Leirx bully stream. I already knew you leaked and recorded our private phone call. So that's why I came across as not the most. Oh, yeah, I guess not. But do you see how you're mistakenly talking about the timeline here? You have the timeline completely wrong. You're trying to spin a bullshit story to me right now.
No.
Yes, you are.
I lost my train. Fuck, dude.
I hate when that happens, dude. My bullshit story doesn't work.
No, because you fucking keep interrupting me when I'm trying to like do it.
The floor is yours.
So you said, what did you just say?
Bruh.
What did I just say?
What the fuck is
Jesus
this?
fucking Christ.
I'm literally losing my train of thought because he like I'm trying to respond and then he what did he just say?
You just mixed up the timeline to me, Bowblax. You said that after you saw my stream with Queeman, that's when you decided to like make this conclusion that I'm acting one way publicly and a different way privately, and that I'm acting snaky. You have the timeline mixed up here. That was after I already knew you went around behind the scenes, like shopping this phone call to other people, leaking this information.
But I didn't know that, so your stream looked snaky to me.
Wait.
How did you not know that? I said it in the stream, Bowblax. I said in the last 24 hours, I got word that Bowblax has been talking about doing a Leirx bully stream on me, and that he recorded our call and was going to use it as content. I said it in that stream. You're lying to me right now.
You said that?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know.
You're a fucking loser. Dude,
Okay.
you suck at this.
I mean, that was just...
You got any other...
That was
Dude,
wild.
you got any other stories you want to
That
spin
was
here?
fucking wild.
You got any other stories?
No, I don't have any stories. I'm just trying to answer as legit as I can to anything that comes to my way.
What the fuck was that, bro?
Whatever
not
meds you're taking
planning-
right now, you need
I'm
more.
actually, like,
Call your doctor.
I
Call the
do.
family
I'm fucking
doctor.
stunned
You
right now.
need
Can we
more.
get a sobriety check right now? Like, what are we on right now? What the fuck was that? Was that it? Like, is that the...
I mean, I guess I'm just like waiting for his response. I mean, I have more stuff that I want to talk to him about.
yeah.
My response to what?
Well, dude, the drugs are wearing off. All right, Bowblax, you just lied to me about the timeline. That's the thing I'm saying. You're having difficulty responding. The floor is yours.
It's the Mania.
You want to try to explain the timeline in an honest way this time?
The timeline, what I'm put in the video is the timeline to my knowledge.
Really? Because you also gave a different reason on your video where you decided to burn the Leirx bridge after you had a call with Toastify on what I believe to be 9/11.
No.
Funny enough, your channel's anniversary.
Yes.
You said in your Leirx bully stream, the reason that you decided to burn the Leirx bridge is after you had your call with Toastify, you went and watched the call that I had with Toastify on stream, and you were very angry that I said publicly that you delete tweets. And apparently that was me snaking you by saying that publicly. So that was your justification for burning the bridge.
Aspects of the call.
So do you see how you've given like multiple different reasons here for like why you had why these
Rick,
actions are
stop
justified?
reminding him of what his excuses are. He's remembering them in real time.
Dude, there's too many, bro. He's trying to catch up to them.
You're giving him the cheat codes. Sorry.
Yeah, I definitively like I was like, I'm gonna do I decided I would probably do the Leirx bully stream when starting to leak aspects of the call, because I'm like, well, then the call has to be public regardless.
I'm happy you just said that. So now we're learning, dude.
But
you just
yeah,
lied to me, and you
but
just admitted that
also
you did.
with
So it
but
wasn't
also
in
with-
that Queeman stream.
It was
already.
also.
It was already the night of 9/11.
No,
Bowblax.
the Queeman stream is when I decided to make the watch page for it, and I decided to do it that day.
That's not what you just told me.
That's when the watch page went up, after you had Queeman on, and that's when I decided to do it on the specific day. The time I decided to do the bully stream in general was before. That's why I was talking about it with people prior.
Yeah. So
Obviously, I decided
also,
to do the bully stream before the Queeman stuff. The Queeman stuff just made me want to do it the next day.
So all of these played a factor.
Yes.
Okay. I wish you would have gave that answer first, but even believing this, Bowblax, the reason why I had Queeman on my stream and why I was saying these certain things is, as I said in that exact stream, I already knew that you went around shopping the call to people, leaking the call. So that's why, hey man, maybe I wasn't as nice to Bobby. Maybe I wasn't as friendly to Bobby.
Okay, that
you
makes
understand that?
I didn't know that when I was poking at you in chat.
Oh,
When I was poking at you in chat, I didn't know that.
You didn't know that. Well, I said it on
I
that
didn't watch
stream.
that part of the stream.
You should rewatch,
Dude,
maybe.
you said that on stream. That's just
I don't
fucking
know.
deadly. I mean, that's just like the worst lie. Like, it's hard to say like the worst lie you've told yet because you've said so many tonight. But that's just like totally like.
Not trying.
You watched the Leirx stream, right? Like you saw from the beginning like what happened, correct?
Dude, Augie,
Not
it's a
when
misunderstanding.
I was tweeting, not when I was doing in the live chat, but obviously when I ended up making the video. No, I think I just skipped to the part where I knew he was talking about me. So I think I just cut off the beginning and then went straight into what I had an issue with.
Okay,
'Cause I don't
I
think
think
I
we-
ever saw that part.
I think we've exhausted at least that aspect. But when I just asked you, moving back a little bit, when I asked you what was the contradicting takes why you felt like that I was being fake in that private call that we had, you gave me an answer that was the Queeman stream. So what was the reason why you even leaked the call to Smaggle and like showed it around, I guess, like to Toastify and other creators too? What was that reason on the night of 9/11? What was that?
I wanted to get validation for my feelings on the call. So I wanted to like shop it around to see like if people agreed.
Okay, so great. You said that, but what was the behavior that you think that I was displaying in that call that was
It was
bad?
the fact that you still called me a manipulative liar after you said that you understood my position. I felt like that just didn't make sense. You know?
So you had this call with me, and unless that I agreed with you, you were going to leak this to other people.
Yes, the answer is yes.
yes, because I wanted to.
Okay.
I wanted to see if I was right about being angry about this call.
Well-
But I did pitch it in a way where like I made it sound bad before I even showed it. But yeah, I mean that was essentially it. I just wanted like see if I was right in how I was feeling. But I shouldn't have shopped it around. I should have just said like I should have DM'd you or I should have left it alone. And I realized that when I did the apology to you a week ago on Twitter.
Well, I'm being sent some messages right now from Connor or whatever. So let me pull this up right here. This is what Bowblax was saying a couple hours before Leirx went live. This is what he claims is, quote, asking around. I think his intentions were pretty clear, says Connor. So Connor writes Bowblax on September 12th at 3:29 p.m. He says, interesting. Well, obviously this is a lot of content to watch. So if you had to summarize your criticisms for why he's like a monkey in a couple sentences, what would you say? So I can know what is going on into it. Bowblax says, he called me a manipulative liar and that he wants to see succeed and not burn bridges with. He was super harsh but dick sucky at the same time. It's gonna make for great male monkey content next year, lol. To be honest, the streams you can skip, but listen to the call on 2x speed. It's so nuts.
Yeah, I definitely pitched it the harshest to Connor for sure. But yeah.
You call that pitching it?
I mean, you're outright
Yeah.
telling him what
Listen,
you're
you're not pitching, you're catching. So
You're outright telling him what your
Also,
intentions
like-
are. You're not pitching it. You're saying, this is my plan. This is what I'm going to do. You're not pitching it.
Yeah, but I wanted to see if he agreed with the plan, you know?
Oh, well, you're outright saying, I am going to do this. You're saying you're going to do this specific thing.
It's not a pitch. It's not
You're
a
not saying,
question.
should
Like, hey, man,
I?
do you think this is a
Is this
good idea?
something-
You're saying this will make fucking
Right.
Boehner.
Yeah,
It's
you're just
on the
fucking
radio,
lying
it's
right now.
your-
You're
yeah.
just
Bring
fucking lying.
Katana to our family.
You're lying right now.
What am I lying?
You're lying by saying that this is a pitch. It's not.
That's how I describe it. I mean, it
You
is
think
what it is.
honestly
That's what
that
it is.
this DM right here is a pitch.
Wait, guys. Wait, guys.
he's doing it right
Yeah,
now.
I mean, if someone
Wait.
is-
Hold on. Check out this pitch. Bowblax, I'm gonna make an expose video on you. Is that a pitch?
Yeah, that's a pitch.
Come
You're
on,
retarded.
bro. Come on. This is why you're in the shit that you're in all the time. Is you won't take the fucking L. You won't be fucking truly honest. You literally.
Wait, no. The messages are what they are. I said it, and I
Josh, I got a pitch for you, all right? There's a woman locked in a cage, and the sign on the cage says that she's not going to be let out unless she's raped. You're walking in, you see the woman locked in the fucking cage. If you don't rape her, somebody else will. What do you do? Do you rape that woman, Josh?
That
Do you
is a
rape that
pitch,
woman?
but I'm not gonna answer
No,
whatever
why?
fucking question
Whoa.
you're trying to do.
You're not going to answer. You're not going to
Hesitation.
save that woman from the
I
torment.
wasn't-
Bro.
Okay,
He's
well,
hesitating.
I wasn't listening to what you said because I knew it was fucking
Bowblax,
like,
please
bullshit and
answer.
not relevant
Why
to what
would we
we're
answer that?
talking about.
Come on. What the fuck, bro?
All right. Well, I feel like we've reached our conclusion here.
All right, good.
You guys just
I think the conclusion is like just going to show everyone why no one should want anything to do with you.
All right. Well, Keemstar wants in.
Right,
Wait,
yeah.
no, wait.
Wait. Oh wait, he left.
No.
He left. I want to ask him about his
He
Bowblax
left?
stream.
Hold on, I was inviting Silverback into the call.
Wait a
What
minute.
the
Hold on
fuck?
now. Bowblax left.
What the fuck, dude?
Bowblax left,
Oh.
dude. I had a question about his Bowblax stream. Nick, I don't know if you've seen, but he uploaded a retrospective in 2022, and he says
I
that
did.
you actually look worse in the Bowblax stream, and you look like a mean asshole that was too hard on him. And
I am a mean asshole, but I wasn't hard enough, clearly.
He spends the entire stream saying it wasn't that big of a deal.
Dude, that's so
So-
fucked. Dude, Tom got dressed up to be on the stream, and Josh just left, and he can't come down now. That's
Why
so
did
annoying.
he leave?
Dude, I wanted Silverback in the call. This is so sad.
Bro, this is fucking retarded.